Why Bliquis is a badass witch. So, you clicked on this video because you are a die-hard fan of anything Neil Gaiman. And you're bored because you watched both seasons of American Gods. And you just got finished listening to the Sandman on Audible. Yet you want to know more. You want to understand how Neil Gaiman is able to come up with amazing yet believable characters. How he's able to weave storylines that keep you enthralled. And how he's able to take his books and make them into comic books and make them into movies and even television series without missing a beat. Well, the first ingredient of Neil Gaiman's recipe is that he's a great storyteller. I know, I didn't have to tell you that. However, storytelling didn't start with him. It actually started with ancient liturgy, where our ancestors would tell stories about the origin of man. These stories soon developed into fictional gods who were amalgamations of human fears and desires. We've read stories about Zeus and his lustful desires. Besides, everyone knows that Zeus was a major man-whore. Hades, the god who ruled over hell, symbolized the shadow side of self and even the subconscious mind. And let's not forget about Thor, the Norse god, who commands lightning and carries a big, hammer. And many of the old gods are not just male. Venus is a matron of love, Athena of womanly wrath and war, and Diana is the god of hunting. Yet we know very little about black gods, in particular the beautiful goddess of Sheba. Now, if you've watched the first season of American Gods, you're probably taken aback by Bliquis' desire to be worshipped. Besides, there are a great deal of graphic scenes of Bliquis seducing both men and women. Yet many of us didn't get the subtle hints or themes that Gaiman was playing with. First, it must be noted that women, mostly priestesses, were very versed in the skills of seduction and lovemaking. Men didn't have a blinking clue. Women were incredibly powerful, so much so that they could influence men by just using their sexuality. Besides, we all heard stories of Cleopatra seeking the guidance of a beautiful Egyptian priestess to seduce Caesar and later Mark Antony. We've heard about Theodora, an exotic dancer, winning the heart of Justinian, the emperor of the Byzantine Empire. She came from humble beginnings, shaking her ass for cash, to become queen of one of the most powerful empires in the world. There are countless stories of women using what they had to get what they want. Yet, as the tide shifted and religions became more patriarchal, of course in nature, men stole the secrets of lovemaking and seduction from women, then branded women whores if they exhibited any type of sexual behavior that could weaken a man. Naturally, this became a problem for many female priestesses. Why? Their power rested in feminine sexual energy. Over time, these priestesses became known as witches, and anyone who engaged in the cunning practice of witchcraft was shunned, burned, hanged, stoned, you name it. The character of Bliquis sheds light on the rise and fall of the goddess and her ability to enthrall both men and women with her sexual charm. This is why I love her and why I have written similar characters in my books. Like Neil Gaiman, I want to write about the beauty of strong, beautiful witches and tell their stories of peaks and triumphs. So if you're like me and you like to read about powerful witches overcoming insurmountable odds, check out my Voodoo Love series. I have mostly 4-star reviews and many people have said that they simply couldn't put it down. So click on the link below and get your copy today.